Shabbat Shalom. And Yasher Koach to Sid and to Nora. We've got 2 weeks, right? 3 weeks, okay, so that's a whole lot more time. But you're ready already. Long before the story of Esther at Mount Sinai, long before the story of Esther at Mount Sinai, the people of Israel sensed God's terrifying presence through the deafening blast of horns, through thunder and lightning, and according to one midrash, through the mountain, physically hovering over their heads, ready to crash down on them at any moment. It's no wonder, then, that the Israelites felt compelled to, or maybe even coerced to, accept whatever God asked from them. Our ancient rabbis wonder, are we really obligated to the mitzvot if we only accept them because we were coerced to do so? Even if we might think that we were originally coerced as a people into the mitzvot, our rabbis answer themselves in the very same midrash, we as a people accepted the mitzvot wholeheartedly in the time of Esther. As we read at the very end of our Megillah, V'kibel haYehudim et asher hechelu la'asot, and the Jews accepted what they had begun to practice. Purim, then, is a celebration not only of our strength and our survival as a Jewish people, but also of the choice we made and still make each day to actively live out our Judaism. On this Shabbat, the Shabbat before Purim, we read Parashat Zachor. In Parashat Zachor, we remember to forget Amalek. We remember one of the very first instances, not the first, but one of the very first instances of hostility towards us as a people. In remembering that hostility, we remember that such hostility is nothing new. And when we do that, we look forward to, in a few days, partying as hard as we can in gratitude for the meaning and the joy and the identity that somehow still overshadow the ongoing struggle. On this particular Parashat Zachor, we are seeing the struggle even more present than yesterday when I finished writing this Devar Torah. We are yet again in another war at a time when we thought we were already at war. And this time, while it's not specifically against us as a Jewish people, because Israel is our homeland, we, as a Jewish people, are feeling it quite rightly as ours. Right? It is ours. It involves our people, our family. And in the other bit of news that Mike shared with us today, we as a Jewish people who choose to follow the mitzvot in the way that we know is right, who choose to follow the mitzvot in a way that incorporates us with whatever, that incorporates us, whether we are male or female, or whatever gender we identify, that too is our choice to follow the mitzvot, just like the Jews chose so many years ago in the book of Esther. Our choice is being threatened as well. And so, we today, or we in the next few days, are somehow finding it within us, or are going to somehow find it within us, to celebrate anyway. To celebrate not just despite, but because we know that all of that struggle is somehow maybe not worthwhile, but is somehow worth it because we know of all of the benefits and all of the joy and all of the meaning that we find in our Judaism. So in order to celebrate our joyful acceptance of the mitzvot on Purim, what do you think we do to celebrate? More mitzvot. Lots and lots of mitzvot. So this morning, I'd like to go over with you just some of the mitzvot that we're obligated in over the next few days, and there are many. My challenge to you as I go over the mitzvot this morning is to choose one more mitzvah than you might have otherwise in the next few days in honor of the courageous Queen Esther and in celebration of all that we do have to be proud of as a Jewish people. As a first mitzvah, our rabbis teach, Misha nichnas adar marbim b'simcha. When Adar enters, we increase in joy. Simply put, throughout this month, we are obligated to at least try to embrace more joy. In Rabbi Sharon Browse's book, The Amen Effect, which we're studying each Tuesday together, we learn about one particular technique to foster joy, even in times that may not feel so joyful. Rabbi Browse teaches about what she calls a joy break, just a few minutes each day of consciously doing something you absolutely love just because you love it. Each day during this month of Adar, I challenge you to try to find some spark of joy, a favorite song, a few minutes of FaceTiming with the grandkids, a walk outside, anything. I'll put a plug in too to find joy in this space. At Congregation Beth Torah, we always seem to be celebrating something. Today, we celebrated an upcoming marriage. Next Shabbat, along with welcoming our scholar in residence, we will celebrate a recent completion of the Jewish conversion process. And the week after that, actually 2 weeks after that then, we'll celebrate the week after that, we'll celebrate 2 incredible volunteers, eager 4th and 5th grade learners, and then the week after that, we'll celebrate Nora Bloch's bat mitzvah. So if you ever need an excuse to just take some time to celebrate, Shabbat services here can be a really great place to find that celebration. At some point in the month of Adar as well, we are commanded to fulfill our biblical obligation to pay 3.5 shekels on behalf of the Mishkan, our portable sanctuary in the desert. Now that we no longer have a Mishkan, we are obligated to contribute something to our Jewish community. It does not have to be much, but with the ongoing simchas and also losses alike to honor with donations, with the directory and mishloach manot contributions that have already been completed in the month of Adar, and with the wider Dallas Jewish community's gala season on the horizon, we have no shortage of avenues to keep our Jewish spaces alive and well. That biblical 3 shekels is halachically translated as $3.50 in whatever currency we use, meaning a whole $1.50 for us. Everyone has the resources to make a difference, whether it's $1.50 or a whole lot more. With the mitzvah of shekalim, we are reminded that truly every dollar counts. Traditionally, we give that $1.50 by the date of Ta'anit Esther, the fast of Esther. That's going to be this upcoming Monday. In honor of Esther's 3-day fast for the Jewish people, before she seeks an audience with the king, we fast for 1 day before our holiday of Purim. Ta'anit Esther is a minor fast, meaning from only sun up to sundown. In Richardson this coming Monday, that will be from 5:41 a.m. to 6:55 p.m. So if you're really a morning person and you want to take on the fast, you can eat breakfast before the fast starts. While food and drink are prohibited, bathing, work, wearing leather shoes, and other things that we traditionally refrain from on Tisha B'Av and Yom Kippur are permitted. As with any fast day, you are not allowed to fast if it's a danger to your health. Finally, we get to Purim itself. On Purim, we are commanded to read the story of Purim, as written by Mordechai himself, according to the book of Esther. Traditionally, we read both in the evening and in the morning, accompanied by a spiel, a little play, in order to make the story more accessible and engaging. Also in the book of Esther, we learn that the Jews celebrate with days of feasting and joy, with mishloach manot, gifts to one another, and matanot la'avyonim, gifts to the poor. If you've already sent a basket of mishloach manot with food items that require at least 2 different Hebrew blessings, congratulations, you've already done a mitzvah. For those who are Congregation Beth Torah members, we made it really easy for you. And thank you to those who actually helped with packing and preparing those mishloach manot and delivering them. But if you haven't given one yet, now's your chance to bake some cookies and buy a favorite drink for a couple of friends. For Matanot La'avyonim, Jewish Family Service, Network of Community Ministries, and the North Texas Food Bank are just 3 of countless organizations in our area who will gladly take your donations to help feed local people in immediate need. To more directly fulfill the mitzvah, we are required to give to anyone who asks throughout the day on Purim. Every time we see somebody on the side of the road asking for a little bit of change this coming Tuesday, it is our obligation to stop and give, no questions asked. More specifically, we are required to give directly to at least 2 individuals in need. Purim is the day to deliberately take that route where you know you'll pass by someone with a sign and a face that's longing for a glimmer of hope at the end of the day. Finally, we are obligated to engage in feasting and merrymaking. We eat a lavish meal and we celebrate with games and costumes. As a bonus to the feasting and merrymaking mitzvah, some say that we are required to drink until we can't tell the difference between blessed is Mordechai and cursed is Haman. Enjoy that particular custom as you will, and also remember that pikuach nefesh, that saving a life, is involved here just as much as it is involved in the decision about whether or not to fast. For some chances to fulfill the many mitzvot of Purim, we have celebrations for our youth and family this coming Sunday from 10 to 1. We have a Taylor Swift-themed all-ages spiel on Monday night at 6:30, a festive dinner at 7, and a Megillah reading at 7:30. We're also adding another Megillah reading so that we can fulfill the daytime obligation of Megillah as well, and that's going to be on Tuesday morning here at Congregation Beth Torah at 10:30, not at Levine Academy. So it's later and it's here, so makes it easier to come, right? La Yehudim hayta ora v'simcha v'sason v'ikar, Esther proclaims. Through their celebrations, the Jews enjoyed light and gladness, happiness and honor. As we observe this holiday in which we celebrate choosing to be Jewish, and choosing to be Jewish in the way that we know is right, may we choose to fulfill mitzvot that will bring us and the people around us a little bit of extra joy in this month of Adar. May we take the coming days to look out for the things, the situations, and the people that make us happy, and may we act on our gratitude with overflowing generosity. Shabbat Shalom and Chag Purim Sameach.